Top of the morning, you heard me? Top of the morning, top of the morning. You already know what it is with me. You know I'm focused, standing up. Woke up, refreshed. Prayed up, that's the only way up. Prayed up all last night, you heard me? And I'm going here because it's time to go here. It's time, and it's time, bro. You heard me? And of course, you know, like when you really become a friend of God, and the only way you're gonna be a friend of God, God said you gotta respect him. When you respect God, you become a friend of God. And when you're a friend of God, you're a friend of the enemy. You're an enemy to the devil. You heard me? So yeah, I'm going here because when you walking with the Spirit of the Lord on you, you heard me? You know that irritates people, demon, but I'm gonna tell you something about God, you heard me? See, God ain't gonna lie, you heard me? A lot of people want the benefits that come with serving God, but you don't respect him. See, he say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You heard me? And every tongue that rises against me in judgment, he gonna condemn. This is the inheritance and the servants for the servants of the Lord. You really serve God? See, God got some promises for his people that respect him. Listen, I'm going here because when you really got a level of respect for God, and he know this and he see this because he know everything, see everything, and hear everything, you heard me? You will be protected at all costs. You heard me? Like, let me go here. I'm going to go to Psalms 24 chapter, and I'm going to read from verse 3 to 5. You heard me? Pay attention. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Or who shall stand in his holy place? He that had clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessings from the Lord, and righteousness from God of his salvation. Let me repeat again. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Or who shall stand in his holy place? He that had clean hands and a pure heart, who had not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessings from the Lord and the righteousness from God of his salvation. You heard me? Yeah, like, see, a lot of people, you know, they be like, oh, he lucky. You heard me? You see me behind the scenes on the phone, shoot crosser. You see me trying to set a play up, trying to make somebody look like something it ain't. You heard me? You see me around here trying to destroy somebody that God sent their people life to build them up. You heard me? That ain't on me. You ain't got the Spirit of the Lord on you. That ain't on me that you had a proud look. You heard me? And then what God said, I hate a proud look. You heard me? God don't got no respect to person. You shouldn't either. God is spirit. I stress this to you, but everything coming to pass. I say, you don't know who he gonna put his love on to show you love. You don't know who he gonna put his wisdom on to give you wisdom. You heard me? You don't know who he gonna use to help you. You heard me? Be mindful how you treat people. You heard me? Be mindful of that. Be mindful of that proud look. Because once you exalt yourself, God gotta humble you. And when you humble yourself, God will exalt you. Man, I don't care what you got, what degree you got, how much money you got. Man, let me tell you something, bro. You could give me $50 billion. You heard me? One thing Jones Kelly ain't gonna ever forget in his life, how to treat a human being. You heard me? Man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna treat you how I won't be treated. You heard me? I'm not out to get nobody, but it's crazy that people on this type of time. You heard me? And a lot of people, bro, they need to humble themselves. You heard me? Listen, bro, I ain't telling you give all your money away or, you know, I ain't telling you do none of this stuff. But man, learn how to treat people. You can help them. You heard me? Yeah, like some of them, they just be walking around with the attitude, bro. Like, man, find something to be happy for. Be grateful for, you heard me? Listen, and this comes straight from the heavens because I'm tapped in and locked in. Your level of happiness will come from the way you treat people. Your level of happiness is gonna come from the way you treat people. Why you ain't got no energy? Why you ain't vibing high? Ask yourself, how do you really treat people in the dark? Oh, all right, they ain't got no money. I ain't treating them like they beneath me. Oh, they can't do this for me. You beneath me. Look how he wears clothes. Look what type of music he listens to. I know people listen to classical music, what suits. Listen, and will steal your money right in their face just because they look like they wouldn't. I've met people like this, man. Listen, bro, when I tell you I walk with the Spirit of the Lord for real and really got a level of respect for God, listen, bro, and it's just a gift I was born with, you heard me? I will be so calm around you, knowing you can't stand me, knowing you a scumbag, you heard me? And then when it come out, you heard me, like, you surprised I knew. You heard me? And then get mad when you know what type of person you will. You heard me? It's just a spirit on you, really. You could shake that. You could get that envy out of you, that jealousy, that hatred, greed. Because sometimes I be like, bruh, some things just don't make no sense, but it do. Because when you walking with the Spirit of the Lord, you opposing with every other spirit. You heard me? Yeah, that's how they gonna let you know who you is. Like, you run across jealous spirits, envy, greed, hatred, slothfulness. You heard me? They got these type of spirits out here. You heard me? So be mindful of that. You heard me? And I'm gonna end this here with this. You heard me? Let me tell you something about God. You heard me? God gonna protect his people, bro. You heard me? I'm living like, see, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. You heard me? He making me to lie down in green pastures. He leading me beside the still water. He restored my soul. He lead me in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I should fear no evil. You heard me? For you are with me. Your rod and your staff shall comfort me. You heard me? This how this going down. Like, I don't even be tripping on that. This where I'm at. That's why Ashak, Meshach, and Abednego. You heard me? Listen, bro. You ain't noticed when the people got the Spirit of the Lord upon them all through the Bible, the people came against them. And every time the people came against them and they went through it, they wind up getting promoted. And the people that hurt them, they wind up getting punished. You heard me? God will bless you in front of your enemy's face. When you one of the ones, he'll bless you in their face. And he'll protect you in their face. Man, that's how this go. You heard me? Like, if God don't protect his people, he a liar and he can't lie. Why is this here? Ashak, Meshach, and Abednego. You heard me? Everybody bowing down to this golden image the king told them bow down to. This the king, man. The king said, whoever don't bow down to this golden image, you about to get killed. This back in the game, like, whatever the king said goes, you heard me? Like, and they done bought these dudes in front of the king, so the king said, look, if y'all don't bow down to this golden image, I'm going to throw y'all in that fire, and I'm going to turn the fire up 7 times higher. You heard me? See, when you standing on the promises of God and you walking in faith, the devil going to turn up. You heard me? But this is your faith being tested, and this God about to let them know who you is and who you is. So they like the God we serve, you know what I'm saying? Look, with the God we serve, we not bowing down to no golden image. You heard me? We not bowing down to no golden image. So the king says, throw him in the fire and turn the fire up 7 times higher. This the king, bro. They got the fear of death right there. You know they say no. The worst thing than death is betrayal. The anticipation of death, knowing you about to die. That's worse than death. So they get thrown in the fire. You heard? Listen, that's 7 times higher. The ones that throw them in the fire, they burned up before Ashak, Meshach, and Abednego. Yeah, for playing with the child, you playing with fire. You heard me? But for throwing them in that water, guess what? Guess what? You burnt up first. Now why is this here? Clean hands, pure heart. This is when the protection got to come out of nowhere. That's when, listen, the protection, God in control, man. The fire ain't even touching these people. You listening? The fire ain't even touching these people, and they had went in there where they was tied up and everything. You heard me? Their hands was loose, everything. Listen, when the king looked in that fire, you listen to what I'm telling you? He seen something he ain't never seen before in his life. He like, what? And then he see the fourth one like the Son of God. This when God come out of nowhere, protecting his people. Touch my anointing and do my prophets no harm. You heard me? Touch mine. He telling them, look, they gonna try you, but I got them. The same one throw them in the fire. You should have seen. Ashak, Meshach, Abednego, get out of there. See, God gotta listen, bro. See, when the devil play with you like that, God gotta turn all the way up. And listen, see when the king seen that, like, y'all get out of there. You know when they see God move right quick, you heard me, look. They get their mind right for a little minute, look. Yeah, look what he say. No, but I say nothing about the God of Ashak, Meshach, and Abednego. You heard me? But you know, and look, they promoted them after that. And you know what happened to him after that, huh? Lost his mind for 7 years. Boy, don't you never play with a child of God and try to destroy a child of God that God got on a mission, handling business. You heard me? Lost his mind for 7 years. This the king. I'm talking about God. You could be a whole boss. You heard me? Boy, you ain't even gonna know who you is playing with a child of God. You heard me? Yeah, so be mindful of that. You heard me? And lost his kingdom, everything for 7 years. See when he come to this out? He said, boy, they got a God. And that's what I want people to know today. They got a God, sit high, look low, man. Know this here. He really hear everything, see everything, know everything. So when you don't respect God or respect God, people just know the wrath of God to come down on you and humble you. You heard me? So be mindful of that. And just know this, you heard me? Clean hands and pure heart. You heard me? Listen, that's the ones God gonna protect. And when your heart pure for real, you heard me? He said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Amen? So be mindful of that. Stay up. Stay focused, you heard me? I love all y'all. One.